HIV has left a lasting mark on countless families, but also on the lives of public figures admired by millions of people around the world. During the 1980s and 1990s, an HIV diagnosis was often seen as a death sentence. Medical treatments were still very limited, research was progressing slowly, and fear surrounded the disease everywhere. Many people fought their battle in silence because they feared rejection or wanted to protect those closest to them. Others chose to speak publicly about their diagnosis in the hope of raising awareness and encouraging support for scientific research. Behind their fame and extraordinary success lay deeply personal struggles, often filled with pain, uncertainty, courage, and determination. Their stories continue to remind us that illness can affect anyone, regardless of wealth, fame, or social status. Today, we pay tribute to 8 American celebrities who lived with HIV and eventually passed away from complications related to AIDS. Each of them made an unforgettable contribution to their profession, and beyond their remarkable careers, they also helped change the way millions of people viewed this disease. Their lives encouraged greater compassion, better understanding, stronger prevention efforts, and increased support for medical research around the world. Before we begin, let us know in the comments which of these personalities has left the greatest impression on you. Were you already familiar with their story before watching this video? And if you enjoy tribute videos honoring legendary public figures, don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. We begin with Rock Hudson. One of Hollywood's greatest movie stars, he was among the most admired actors of his generation. For many years, he appeared in highly successful films alongside some of America's biggest celebrities and built an extraordinary career. In 1985, he publicly revealed that he had AIDS, shocking the entire world. At the time, very few famous people were willing to speak openly about the disease. His announcement drew global attention to an epidemic that was still poorly understood and surrounded by fear and misinformation. Only a few months later, he passed away from AIDS-related complications. His story became a turning point in public awareness and helped accelerate support for research and treatment. Our second tribute is dedicated to Arthur Ashe. A legendary tennis champion, he won several Grand Slam titles and became a worldwide symbol of excellence, respect, and sportsmanship. He contracted HIV through a blood transfusion received during heart surgery. After making his diagnosis public, he used his reputation to fight prejudice and defend the rights of people living with HIV. Until the very end of his life, he remained deeply committed to education and awareness. He passed away in 1993 from complications related to AIDS, leaving behind the memory of not only an exceptional athlete but also an extraordinary humanitarian. The third name on our list is Liberace. A brilliant pianist and one of America's greatest entertainers, he amazed audiences with his extraordinary talent, dazzling costumes, and unforgettable stage performances. For years, his declining health remained the subject of rumors and speculation. Following his death in 1987, medical reports confirmed that he had died from an AIDS-related illness, bringing an end to the uncertainty surrounding his condition. His story reflects the climate of secrecy, fear, and stigma that surrounded HIV during that period, and reminds us how difficult it was for many public figures to speak openly about the disease. If these stories have touched you so far, please take a moment to support this channel by subscribing. Your support allows us to continue producing meaningful tribute videos and preserving the memory of remarkable personalities whose lives and achievements continue to inspire millions of people around the world. We continue with Anthony Perkins, forever remembered for his unforgettable portrayal of Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's classic film Psycho. Thanks to this legendary performance, he secured his place among the greatest actors in cinema history. Perkins chose to fight HIV with remarkable discretion, preferring to keep his personal battle away from the spotlight. In 1992, he passed away from AIDS-related pneumonia. His death reminded the world that even internationally celebrated stars were not spared by a disease that was still surrounded by misunderstanding and painful prejudice. Our fifth tribute is dedicated to Eazy-E. Recognized as one of the pioneers of gangster rap, he helped revolutionize American music through the groundbreaking group NWA. His influence on hip-hop remains enormous even today. In March 1995, he publicly announced that he had been diagnosed with AIDS. Only a few days later, he passed away at the age of 30. His sudden death shocked the NT. Our ninth tribute is dedicated to Alvin Ailey. A visionary dancer and choreographer, he transformed modern dance and created opportunities for generations of Black performers. In 1958, he founded the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, a company that would become internationally celebrated. His masterpiece, Revelations, drew inspiration from his childhood memories, spiritual music, and the African American experience. Through movement, Ailey expressed pain, faith, resilience, and hope in a way that touched audiences far beyond the world of dance. Despite his enormous success, he kept his illness private during the final years of his life. Alvin Ailey passed away in December 1989 at the age of 58 from complications related to AIDS. His artistic legacy continues through his dance company, his school, and the many performers inspired by his extraordinary vision. Is Gia Karangi. Considered one of the earliest supermodels, she became a major figure in the fashion industry during the late 1970s and early 1980s. Her striking appearance and intense personality helped her appear in major magazines such as Vogue and Cosmopolitan, while some of the most respected photographers in fashion competed for the opportunity to work with her. Behind the glamour, however, Gia experienced serious personal struggles, and her promising career declined rapidly. She was eventually diagnosed with AIDS at a time when the disease remained poorly understood and heavily stigmatized. Gia Karangi passed away in November 1986 at only 26 years old. Her tragic life was later portrayed by Angelina Jolie in the film Gia, introducing her story to an entirely new generation. Honors Ryan White. Although he was not an actor, musician, or athlete, Ryan became one of the most recognizable public figures associated with HIV and AIDS in the United States. A hemophiliac, he contracted HIV through contaminated blood products and was diagnosed with AIDS at the age of 13. When he attempted to return to school, fear and misinformation caused many people in his community to reject him. Instead of remaining silent, Ryan and his family fought against discrimination. His courage attracted national attention and helped millions understand that HIV could not be transmitted through ordinary contact. Ryan died in April 1990, only 1 month before his high school graduation. Later that year, the United States Congress passed the Ryan White Care Act, ensuring that his name would remain permanently connected to treatment, dignity, and support for people living with HIV. Alvin Ailey, Gia Karangi, and Ryan White followed very different paths, but their stories reveal the enormous human cost of the AIDS epidemic. Through art, fashion, courage, and public advocacy, each of them left a legacy that continues to educate, inspire, and encourage compassion around the world. Keith Haring. An internationally celebrated contemporary artist, he transformed his colorful creations into powerful symbols of hope, unity, compassion, and acceptance. After learning that he was HIV positive, he became deeply involved in raising awareness and established a foundation dedicated to supporting children and individuals affected by HIV and AIDS.